Good morning, everyone. Welcome. How are you doing? I'm Rachel Lovegrove. I feel like I know most of you already because I've seen your names on lists over the past week. I've been looking at all your names. Just a couple of things before we start. If you can make sure your video is on so I can see you. Make sure your audio is off unless you want to ask me a question, which is absolutely fine. Today is the first session that we're offering this whole 5 weeks, Hannah and I. She's around somewhere. Maybe Hannah, you could raise your hand on the thing so that they can see where you are. There she is. So we might have a few technical hiccups. We've been working a lot behind the scenes to try and make this as seamless as possible. So hopefully you'll get a recording afterwards automatically, fingers crossed. And all the sound and the audio should work fine. If there's any problem, if there's any problem with your sound, because I take it you can all hear me now, yes? Yes, so everyone can hear me. So if anyone can't hear me, well, obviously they can't hear me, the best thing to do is to switch on and off. Now, the reason I need the video on is for insurance. I need to be able to see you if I'm teaching you yoga. And don't worry, nobody's going to be looking at you. I'm going to be glancing around as much as I can with a bigger group and just giving you a few pointers if I need to. Those of you that have health issues that you've written to me about, I've got lots of modifications. We're going to start off with a nice simple class today. So the more intermediate students, don't get too frustrated. As the month goes on, we will build this practice up and I will be offering alternatives to you as well, because I know that some of you know how to work a bit more strongly. Okay, so we're going to start with, has anyone got any questions before we start? Before we get going? No? Okay, so if you could just make sure your mic is muted, that would be great. I think one or two of you, yeah, Jan, I'm just going to mute you. Sorry to be rude. And who else? Jill, I'm just going to mute you, and Alex as well. Okay, and then we'll start. We might have a few people joining us as we go along, but I think we ought to start because it's 12 o'clock now. So we're going to sit first. Now, somebody wrote to me and said they had trouble sitting. No problem at all. Sit on a chair or sit on a pile of blocks. Absolutely no problem at all. You can sit on a chair and do exactly the same as we're doing. You can even practice cross-legged from the chair, practicing this position here, or just put your feet flat, okay? Otherwise, sit on the floor or on a lift. And again, if you can sit on the floor but you have trouble with your hips, no problem. Just stretch your legs forwards instead. But make sure you're sitting nice and tall. Use your hands beside you to lift up. Roll your shoulders back. Take a few breaths. I keep looking up there because that's where the screen is, but there's the camera. Hello. Making eye contact now. So feel as if you're really lifting up through the front of the body. And we'll just bring the hands together in front of the chest to begin our practice together today and to have that sense of quietness before we start. So again, if this leg position is not right for you, if you have hip problems, knee problems, just stretch your legs out, sit in a chair, do whatever you need to do. And then just for the moment, close the eyes and let all your senses draw inwards. Follow the rhythm of your breath. So watch the inhalation and watch the exhalation. So you collect yourself, you quieten your senses, and you prepare your mind for the practice of yoga today. And then gently open the eyes, release the hands, and stretch out your legs. Okay, so we're going to stand up. Now I mentioned about mobility issues. Again, some of you mentioned to me about certain health issues. Keep a chair handy, be near a wall as well. We're not going to do anything standing on one leg today. So you don't have to worry too much about the balance, but if you prefer to, stand with your feet apart. Otherwise, everybody bring the feet together in what we call Dandasana, mountain pose. So we want to start with standing poses to build up the structure, to build up the strength in our legs, That will make the spine strong, elevate the spine, help the chest to open more. And we work a lot in standing poses in Iyengar Yoga to build that foundation of strength and stability. So as I said, if you don't find it easy to bring the feet together, have the feet slightly apart, but look to see that the feet are parallel. And then stretch your arms down by your sides. Yeah, have a bit of space between the sides of your body and your arms. So don't have your arms kind of clamped into your sides. Stretch the arms down and feel that you're really lengthening across the tops of the shoulders, creating space in the top of the chest, and make the arms super long. So extend all the way down through the elbows, through the wrists, through the fingertips. Don't have sort of soft hands, have strong action through your fingers, like you're shooting lightning bolts through your nails. Okay, good, yes, nice. And then you can feel that as the arms are strong, the chest responds by lifting more. If the arms are sort of soft, there's a softness here. So there has to be this lift and space that we're creating inside for the organs of the chest. Okay, now I've got to talk about shoulders. So we're going to take some arm movements. Those with the shoulder problems, if this movement causes you pain, hot, sharp pain in your joints, if you've got a shoulder injury, then just keep on working on stretching the arms down. Okay, otherwise take the arms out to the sides. Yeah. I see the cats joined us. Yes. Photo bombing by a cat. All right, now extend the arms across from shoulder to wrist, shoulder to elbow, elbow to wrist. And notice that one arm might feel a bit tighter than the other. Maybe there's an injury there or some kind of problem, or it's just a stiffness. But keep on extending across from shoulder to shoulder. And again, if it's tiring, if it's hot pain in the joint, if there's some problem there, just stretch the arms down. Okay, now all of you bring the arms down for a moment and roll the shoulders back, just diffuse any tension in the shoulders. We're going to do the same action again. And this time we're going to turn the arms so the palms face the ceiling. So try that, turn the palms to the ceiling. Straighten the arms as much as you can. Lift your elbows, open your elbows. Don't have your elbows bent, have the elbows extended. That's it. Otherwise what you're doing there is you're carrying the weight of your bent arms on your neck. So really extend the biceps, tricep muscles, keep the shoulders down, and see if you can move the arms a little further back. See what action that has in the shoulder blade region, collarbone region. Yeah, lift those kneecaps up, lift those thighs. Good. Okay, now can you from there take the arms all the way up and stretch up? That's it. Those of you that have just joined, if you can have your videos on, that would be great. From the armpit, elbow, wrist to the little fingers, stretch up. That's it. Keep the chin slightly elevated. And breathe. Yes, welcome. Hello. Nice. Okay, and now bring the arms out, turn the palms down and bring the arms down. Roll the shoulders back. Everyone okay? So far, so good? Yes, nice simple lines. So you don't need to do complicated poses to really feel the blood starting to circulate in the body. So simply standing on your own 2 feet and then adding to that this arm extension work is really good practice. So we're going to repeat that. However, if you've got something like a belt, where did I put my belt? Had it all prepared. There it is. If you've got something like a belt handy, anything will do, or a dressing gown tie, or a towel, or anything like that, grab that now. If you haven't got anything like that, then you can practice with your thumbs hooked like this. Can you see I've got my thumbs hooked like that, okay? So take your belt or hook your thumbs, and this time we're going to go straight forwards. So bring the arms forwards, and again, those with the shoulder problems, if this movement is not possible, if it causes too much pain or restriction, then just keep the arms stretching forwards, okay? Now pull on your belt or your tie or your thumbs and lift your arms up as high as you can. I'll go back a bit so you can see. I'm pulling out on that belt. If I have my thumbs hooked, I'll be pulling out on the thumbs like that. And that resistance will create more space in your shoulder girdle. That's it. Yes, lift the arms up. And those of you that are stiffer, if you're using a belt, just take the hands wider. That's it. Yes, good. Okay, bring the arms down and release and roll the shoulders back. So, you know, if you can't take the arms very narrow, you can always use a belt for resistance. And that's a really good way to work those smaller muscles. Now, I've got a challenge for the more flexible ones, the more experienced ones. I want you to bring your fingers together, interlock your fingers. So those that are stiffer, maybe keep hold of the belt method. Otherwise, interlock your fingers, turn your palms away, keeping your thumbs touching. And now lift the arms up again and stretch up. Yeah, press the palms towards the ceiling. This is called Dandasana. I love that word. It means bound fingers. Your fingers are locked together in an asana, Dandasana, bound fingers. And you're pressing your palms up towards the ceiling. See if you can straighten those elbows. Yes, lovely. All right, now bring the arms down. Okay. Now this is the thing about Iyengar yoga. I haven't seen this in another system, but what we do, we work all the muscles evenly. So you've got your fingers interlocked. Then what you do is you move your fingers over one. So you have the other first finger on top. And it feels really weird when you're not used to doing it. Okay. So then again, stretch the arms forwards, palms away. Keep your thumbs touching. And then bring the arms up. Keep your thumbs touching. Because then what you do is you stretch all the small muscles in your wrist, on the thumb side of the wrist. And that affects your carpal tunnel, which goes up into your neck. So it's all connected in. Okay, well done. And then bring the arms down and release. And roll your shoulders back, just diffuse all of that. So there's lots of movements there that you could incorporate into a 5-minute practice by yourself, nice and easy to remember as well. So we're going to take a little bit more of the standing work now. And again, I'm going to show, oh no, actually what we'll do first, we'll do this. We're going to do a half forward bend. Now, even the intermediate students, this will be great for you as well, because you can work a little bit more dynamically. Those of you with the bad backs, this is a great way to release the lower back, all right? And what you need to do is you need to find a wall or a table or something like that. And you bring your hands in line with your chest and you walk back until your legs are vertical and your bottom is pushing back, body parallel to the floor. Those of you that are stiffer and have the really quite bad backs, then take the hands a bit higher and don't go so far back. So you're just feeling your way through, all right? Otherwise, hands in level with the shoulders, push the hips back, okay? So off you go. Yes, go ahead, and I'm going to watch you now. So yeah, any wall will do, that's it. Table, chair, anything you can find, person, they're quite handy sometimes, yes. Okay, well done. Now, if you get tired, and it's surprisingly strong, then just come up and then you can repeat. All right, so the more advanced ones of you can stay there. Go on, Bhavesh. Go back to, yeah, that's it. Push your hips back, that's it. And then some of you can bring your legs together, squeeze your legs together. Yes, if you've got hamstring problems, turn the toes in and heels out. That's it, and really push the wall away and move your buttocks in the opposite direction. That's it, good, well done. And now lift your head, look forwards, walk forwards and come up and stand up, okay, and just come away from the wall. So that's a good way to do a forward bend, you know, like these ones that you see people doing where they bring the hands all the way down. Well, if you've got a hamstring injury or you've got a back injury, it's not always possible to get all the way down. So that's a nice compromise, and it's still good work in the shoulders and the chest and everything like that. Okay, so I'm having to talk quickly because this is a very short class. I'm going to show you now a standing pose. Let me show you without the chair there so you can see. What we're going to do is, because some of you are really, you know, new beginners at yoga, you might not have done any yoga before, we're going to look at the components for standing poses. Now, standing poses start with the legs really quite wide, all right? I know it sounds an odd thing to say, but we're not always used to taking our legs this wide. Okay, so you have to start off slowly and build up to having the feet wide. Now, those of you with the balance, watch, what you do is you put your chair in front of you like that, okay? And also if you've got a bad back, because we will be doing some movements to the side. So if you want to have a chair in front of you, take a chair in front of you. And I'm going to keep the chair here because you can see what my feet are doing, just to show. So the feet are forward. So the feet are forwards, the toes are pointing forward, sorry. So just do that first. Take your feet nice and wide. Yeah. Those of you that don't need the chair, put your hands on your hips. Yes. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your chest up. Think of pulling your straps up at the front, you know, your braces or whatever. And then your buttock flesh has to move down towards the floor, tops of the thighs back. Okay, now what we're going to do here is we're going to keep the left leg exactly where it is and turn the right leg completely out to the side. So the right foot is now pointing to the side. So many of you will know this is a starting point for triangle pose. See if you can take the legs about 5 feet apart. So some of you could go a little bit wider. Yes, you could try and go a bit wider, but obviously, you know, go to your limit. And make sure that chair back is really quite close to you, okay, if you're using the chair. All right, so we've got this right leg turned from inside out, okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take the right arm out, bring the hand down onto the thigh, and then see if you can slide the hand down. And those that know this pose, it's called Trikhanasana, triangle pose. You can take the top arm up if you know the pose, yes. If you want to keep the top arm on the waist, the shoulder problems, so, you know, I know this pose really well, but I had a shoulder problem a few years ago. I had to keep my hand on my waist for a while it healed. So you can do that. Good, and don't forget to breathe. Press really firmly into the little toe edge of your left foot. You can turn your head and look up with the thumb, but be careful not to fall backwards. Please don't fall backwards. Those with a chair, you can keep your top hand on the chair for balance. And now inhale, come up, stand up, and turn your feet all the way back forwards again. So you want to start with your feet parallel, inner edges of the feet parallel, okay? All right, ready? We're going to do the other side now. So turn your left leg completely out so that the left foot points to the side. Yes. See if you can take, so Alex Ross, can you move your right foot further to the right? Can you make that stride a little bit bigger? Yes, that's it, because you've got nice long legs. You can, that's much, much better. All right, now extend the left arm out. Exhale, bring the left hand down, either on the thigh, the shin, or if you can, the ankle. Turn your chest towards the camera. Roll the right shoulder back, and then see if you can lift that right arm up. Is it the right arm? Yes, the right arm. That's it. Turn your chest. Palm is facing towards the same way your head is facing, so it's facing forwards. I don't mean forwards as in towards the crown of the head. I mean forwards as in towards the camera. That's it. Stretch the arms away from each other. Press the outer edge of the right foot down. Inhale, come up. Turn the feet to the front, and then step or jump your legs together, but we'll come on to that. Okay, so I'm just going to move that chair out of the way, but you keep that chair if you need it. Absolutely no problem at all. That's what it's there for. So we'll bring the legs together. So I keep laughing because this cat keeps photobombing me. So stretch the arms down, roll your shoulders back, and then we'll go to the second standing pose. So let me just show you for the more advanced ones, there's a choice of how you take the legs apart. So you either step the legs wide or you can jump the legs wide. And when you jump the arms and the legs at the same time. This is contraindicated for people with bad knees or bad backs. Okay, so see if you can jump the legs apart, some of you. Otherwise, just step your feet apart and bring your hands to your hips. That's it. Good. Okay. So keep lifting that chest up and then extend your arms out. Now, those with the chair in front, same process. You can keep your left hand on the chair back for balance. Turn your left foot in, right leg out. That's it. So the right foot is turned, the right foot is turned completely out, right thigh is turned completely out. Now keep the arms extended this time and bend your right leg. Yes, now those with the bad knees, you need to keep the left leg really straight and don't overbend this knee. And in fact, you can try and lift your toes up a little bit to help that knee. Otherwise, bend the leg, keeping the shin bone keeping the shin bone as vertical as possible. Yes, and try and get your thigh parallel towards the floor, but don't let your knee go over your ankle. That's it. Now really extend that left arm back. Inhale, straighten your right leg, and then turn the feet to the front. Rest the arms down, hands on the hips. Roll those shoulders back. Good. Second side. Stretch the arms out. Right foot is stable on the floor. Turn the whole of that left leg out. So you want to see that the left heel lines up with the arch of the right foot. Yes, very technical. And now bend the left leg, because our bodies are amazing and they're very precise and have a lot of alignment properties. So that's what we're working with, that natural alignment of the body when we do our poses. So keep that shin bone vertical. Yes, don't let the knee go over the ankle bone. Great. And now inhale, come up, turn the feet to the front. Now, those of you that jumped your legs apart, you've got to jump them together. Those of you that stepped your legs apart, yeah, you can walk your feet back. Well done. And then roll the shoulders back. Stretch the arms down. Okay, final standing pose we're going to do is called Parsvottanasana. It's a turning pose. I want to show you a variation. And I know that some of you will not need the chair, but some of you might quite like to have the chair. So we're going to turn all the way around this time. So instead of turning a little bit, this is a lateral standing pose where the pelvis faces this way. We're going to turn all the way round towards the chair or towards the right leg. So this left foot has to turn more. The pelvis has to turn, chest has to turn, and then we're going to go forwards. And either you can put your hands on a chair, you can put your hands on a couple of blocks, or you can put your hands on the floor, but legs should be straight for that, okay? So don't rush this one, especially those of you with the backs. All right, so shall we start together so I can see you all? Yeah, okay. So bring your feet wide, just have the hands on the hips. Turn your left leg deep in, so the left toes come in as much as possible, heel turns out. Then turn the whole of your right leg. And again, don't be too short in your stride. Have a bit more space. Turn your pelvis and chest to face towards the right leg. And then bend forwards from the hips. Hands on the hips. And then take your hands either onto a chair, onto some blocks, onto a sofa, onto a well-behaved child. That's it. Good. Keep looking forwards with your chin. Yeah, so we keep long in the front spine. That's lovely. And press the outer edge of your left foot down. Inner edge of your right foot down. That's the big toe mound and the inner heel. And that will stabilize your pose a little bit more. Yes. Good. All right. Now bring your hands to your hips, all of you, and see if you can come up from there and stand up. And then we've just got one side to do. So either move your equipment to the other side or you can turn around the other way. And so now we're turning the right foot deep in. So toes in, slide that heel out a little bit more. Turn the whole of the left leg out. So your pelvis, chest, everything's facing towards the left leg. Hands on your hips and then extend forwards. And reach down with your hands or put your hands on a chair or your hands on the blocks. Yeah, big stretch on that front leg, calf and back of the knee, isn't it? So as much as you can, press the right thigh, press the front of the right thigh back. Try and press that heel down nicely. And the outer edge of the right foot down. Inner edge of the left foot down. That's it. Good. Okay. And then inhale, and as you exhale, come up and stand up. Hannah, just so you know, I've pinned you now, so you're on camera with me, okay? So you've got two of us to look at now. If one wasn't enough, you've got two. She's my older sister, Hannah, yes. And we've developed our love for Iyengar yoga independently and together over the years. So it's really lovely to practice and teach together. Okay, so we're going to come to rest the legs now. So we're going to take two options. Again, this is an option for those that find getting down to the floor difficult. You can take a chair and sit on it and bring your feet nice and wide and go forwards and just rest your fingertips towards the floor like that, or fold your elbows so the feet are wide and the body's hanging forwards. That's your option. Otherwise, if you can get to the floor, you're going to lie on your back. I'll show you the whole thing actually. We're going to lie on the back and bring the knees to the chest. Now this is called Parvamuktasana, and it means, wait for it, wind releasing pose. Yes, it's that one. So, so just be careful of this one when you're in a group class. And then what we'll do, just watch a minute so you can see the whole thing. We'll swap and we'll take one leg and then stretch the other leg away like that, and then we'll change. Those with the knee problems, hold behind the knee and not in front. Okay? So you choose whether you're going to be on the chair going forwards, or are you going to lie on your back. So everybody choose your pose. And if you're lying on your back, bring both knees to your chest to start with. Both knees towards your chest to start with. Let's just be there together, practicing together. And again, you can hold behind the knees or in front of the knees. In fact, you know, you don't even have to have a knee problem to hold behind the knees. It's nice difference. Keep the head on the floor though, Bhavan. Yeah, that's it. Yes, like that. And you might need a blanket behind the head if you are a little stiffer in the neck. Okay. So now bring your, keep hold of your right knee and stretch your left leg along the floor. That's it. Really extend that leg away. Try and have the heel on the floor. Heel on the floor of the right, the left leg, heel on the floor. Yes, all the way down. That's it. Big stretch between the two groins and really good traction for the lower back and also for the hip. Okay, and then change legs. Yeah, and Hannah's showing the chair version, stretching that leg out. Someone's being attacked by a dog. Always happens, doesn't it, when you lie down? That's it. Good. Well done. And then release that leg. And once again, hug both knees onto the chest. Okay. And now roll to your right side and come up from the side. And just sit for a moment in Dandasana. This is staff pose, Dandasana. So if I show from the side, if you find it very difficult to sit up, then use a support like a blanket or a foam block or a cushion. You can even sit against a sofa to help you. So you sit right on the front edge of a lift. Don't sit on the back edge, sit on the front edge. And then that will help to move the sacrum in so you can sit up nice and tall. And we're going to do a little twist. So take the arms up now. Inhale, exhale, turn to the right. Put your right hand behind you, left hand holding the right thigh. Turn to the right side, turn to the right side. Yes, there we go. There's always a few, isn't there? The other right side. Chin up, chest up. Try not to look down. So imagine you are unscrewing something. So that turning action is making the head come and chest come up. Ah, it's a new puppy. Okay. And then come back to the front. Inhale, and as you exhale, go to the left. Go to the other side. Yes, and really feel that elevation of the whole of the front of your body. Sternum bone, chin, chest up. Good, well done. And then you can release and relax. Now, your reward. Well, it's all a reward, isn't it? Yoga's such a brilliant thing. We're going to do Shavasana relaxation. So again, those of you that want to elevate your legs, if you have hamstring problems, knee problems, certain back problems, and you don't like lying flat, then what you can do is, I think Hannah can show actually. Can you see my sister on the screen still? Have I got that right? Yes, thumbs up. Yes, great. So Hannah, if you lie on your back and put your legs on the chair to show that version, yes. So this is a good version if you've got a bad back and you don't like lying flat. Then you bring your legs up onto the chair like that, or the sofa or something like that. And if you haven't got a bad back and you're quite happy lying on the floor, then you sit in the center of your mat and you roll your spine down. Have something under the head, but not too much height, and then extend your legs out. Let your arms roll out to the sides, and then let everything release down. Let the arms, legs, trunk completely relax, and now you close your eyes and rest. Okay. Good. So give yourself a minute to just allow all of the activity to relax, to quieten. To feel the vibrations that the poses have created inside your body percolate through the cells of your body. If your mind gets distracted, simply focus on your breath. Watch the inhalation and watch the exhalation. And with each exhalation, release your body deeper and deeper into the floor. Let go everywhere. Let loose everywhere. And find that quietness inside. Soft, smooth inhalations. Soft, smooth exhalations. Shavasana is the pose. It means corpse pose, and its translation is really to say that you surrender your physical body to the earth so that the mind and the breath can be free or can be quiet. And it really has a very rejuvenating impact on the nerves of your body, on your energy levels. So even if you've had a really rough night's sleep or you've been ill, then 5 minutes of Shavasana every day would really, really help your nervous system, your energetic system to recover. Okay, so that's the end of our very short session. So you can stay in your Shavasana if you wish to. Now when you come out of Shavasana, you bend your knees to your chest, roll yourself to the side to come up. Don't lift yourself up. Roll to the side and come out gently. Yes. And then just bring your palms together in front of your chest for a moment or two and close the eyes. So although we're on this Zoom technology, and thank goodness for it, especially at these times, just feel that we're together practicing as if we're in one space. And then exhaling, release your head, release your hands. And open the eyes. Okay, thank you very much everyone for coming. I'll send out a recording as well. Has anyone got any questions before we finish today? No questions? Okay, fabulous. Well done.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
See you again soon. Take care.
Record.